Welcome back, my peeps. You ready to bang one out real quick together? The only decision is what project should we do right now. But I think what I've decided is out of all the projects that we still have left to do together, and this video should go pretty simple because we already have the first one of the majority of the work is done. And that goes into this wall right here, which is the screen and everything, the display for our security cameras. So while we install this wall that we cut out previously onto our finished side here, we're gonna cut our hole and install the full display and pull all the wires through that we did, in which we ran all those wires and hooked up the security cameras in this video right here. And I don't know, it might come up on this side as well. You tell me. If you haven't seen it, go back and check it out first. But either way, let's go get the display so we can measure this all up, cut it out, and get it installed. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How am I supposed to find anything in this disaster? Out of all the chaos we've had, I feel like our shop has taken the biggest hit on this one. It is absolutely, it's unworkable. I can't do this. Nope, can't do this. All that work for this one little box right here. My goodness, that's a whole week gone by. But I now need to rest. So we'll be right back. What a way to start this video. We got frickin' robbed. Now I had to go buy $600 worth of more tools because somebody stole them out of our garage. Urgh. But I guess on a positive note, we did get a nice new handy dandy carrying bag with our brand new tools. On a not so good of a note, unfortunately, because of the cost of these tools and with deductibles on insurance, this expense straight out of pocket for us. It's not something that we should be spending money on, but they're like the most important tools in the build. The positive side is, well, we got a brand new saw. This one's 7 1/4 inch, where our old one's only 6 1/2. We got our new drill, which we really didn't need. Our new impact drill, which again, we didn't need. But we also got the Dewalt flashlight, which is something we never had before. Then we got 2 new batteries, a new charger, and a whole bunch of, well, fire kindling. Let's be real here. Who doesn't actually get happy when they get new tools? Even if you didn't really need them, something about it just makes you really happy. Kind of like this garage right here now. It's freaking awesome. I'm loving this, making me real happy. Oh, and just so you know, these tools did not go missing from our shop. It went missing from another project I'm working on. Different life, different story, maybe another day. We gotta do the van. So these tools are not what we're here to talk about. We are here to talk about this right there. So let's get it started. Now, as mentioned, we've installed most of the parts that came inside this box. The only thing we have left is this one piece right here that we're actually going to use, which is the display monitor. As you'll see, we got to install it into the wall and plug in these RCA cables, which hook to the cameras that we already installed on all 4 corners of Romer. All the other parts that come inside this box, like the mount, there's another mount that can go onto your windshield, power supply, all this stuff has already been installed into Romer for the way we need it inside of our van. But there is also a remote control for this as well, which we'll show you once it's all hooked up. So let's go to the van. So this display that we have here for our camera system, you'll see pops right out of its holder ring. And this is the piece that we're going to line up into here, cut our hole so it all fits into the wall. Now the hardest part of this whole thing is making sure we get the right height so when the bed is up, we'll be able to see the display from our sitting area, and when the bed is down, we'll still be able to see the display while we're lying in bed. That way, whether we're awake or asleep, if something's happening outside the van, we'll easily be able to take a look at the display screen and see what's going on outside, without actually having to open any of our window coverings or go outside of a door, just in case it is something that we don't want to be a part of. So the first thing I'm going to do is take our tape and just tape off the general area where our screen's going to be installed, and then use this actual piece as our template to find exactly how it's going to sit, and we'll measure it all out, make sure it's straight. And I'll admit, it's a bit of a guess because I'm not sure exactly how high that bed is going to sit. So let's just pray I get this one right. So I feel once we measure the bed, it should be around 12 inches from the ceiling, which should be right at the top of the tape. So I'm just going to measure from the floor, and I'll go 50 inches from the ground for the bottom side of the monitor. That way I know we have a nice straight line to work with as to where that's going to fit, and we know it's not going to be crooked either direction once it's installed. So now I'll pull the wall back out, bring it into the shop, and let's cut a hole. So as mentioned, we'll use the beauty ring that the monitor sits into. We'll line it up with that bottom straight line we have, and then trace it out. And a good thing about cutting this one out, we don't actually have to use any straight edges because our cut does not need to be perfect, as it's going to fit all behind this flange anyways. So once this is done, you won't see any of your cutting. So if you're not a straight cutter, you don't have to worry about this one so much. So we'll take our fancy dancy new tool that ain't any fancier than the old one we have. It's exactly the same. Put a big enough bit on it so it'll fit the blade on our saw inside of it, and this will be our starting point. Then we just cut it out. Until our battery goes dead, of course. That's why I wish I still had my big batteries, which got stolen. But Dare's Drives can't afford that right now. So if you want to support the channel, PayPal links down below. And obviously the batteries that came with these weren't fully charged, so I'll be back in an hour or so and we'll continue this video. So now's the ultimate test. Does it fit? It should be freaking tight. Which it definitely is. Then we'll make sure before bringing it back to the van that our display will go in. And it does. Look at that. Oh, you almost think we knew what we're doing, peeps. So now I'll pull it all back apart, remove the tape, and we're ready to go put it in the van. Now to attach this wall that we're putting on here, we're going to use the same thing as before, our PL construction adhesive. Now typically in our past videos, you saw me add this right to the back side of the board, just exactly where all the beams were going to be to adhere it. Of course, saving PL and just making it a cleaner job. But for this one, I'm going to have to put the PL right onto the wall here and then bring the board in just because I can't see them from behind and see exactly where all our attach points are for the PL glue. So I'm just going to go ahead and start putting it up. And I think one of my favorite parts of this PL is because of the viscosity of it. Even on a vertical wall, you put it in, it stays exactly where you put it. Doesn't run off, doesn't fall off, just stays there. As well as it gives us lots of time to get our boards into place into the exact position we need them and feed all our wires through so that we're not in a big rush. So now we'll just slide her into place and now we'll let it dry for 24 hours. Well, good morning. It should be all dry now. Want to come inside and take a look? Oh yes. Come on, get in here. Looks like everything dried exactly the way we hoped it would. Get all our clamps off. Absolutely perfect. Now we're ready for the easiest part of the job, which is installing the actual display itself. And that's what you guys actually came here for. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stick all our wires through the hole in this beauty ring that we have. Basically we have power, and then we have the red and yellow RCA to each camera. I'm going to stick this into place. Just like so. Then we're just going to hook it up to our color monitor. Once again, all our RCA cables and our power line. Pretty straightforward stuff. Now the funniest part about this though, although it should be straightforward to set up, when I ran my wires, I labeled each and every last one of the wires so I knew which camera they went to. But when you get to the display and you hook up your 4 yellows, they don't label them as to where they should go, which means I gotta hook it to power and do one line at a time to make sure when they show up on the display they show up in the right areas. So we'll pull out the power into the red. These are just spliced into all 4 cameras. So this should be right rear camera. I want that to come on the right rear side of the screen. And there it is. So then we got the rear left camera. Boom. And then we got the front left one. Perfect. And this is obviously front right. Look at that. Then we have all our screens attached. And it looks like everything's going to work. So let's get in the wall. And now that all of our wires are all attached, tucked in there nice and clean, let's clip our screen back in place. And boom. We now have security cameras on all 4 corners of the van. Hola! Hello. Hi. What's up? And they do have night vision as well, but I can't show it to you because it's Sunday morning and I want to get this video out to you guys today, so I won't be able to wait. But if you hit subscribe and that like button, leave us a comment, I will start the next video showing you the night vision on those cameras. Does that sound fair? I think so. But that's it. Look, pretty freaking professional if you ask me. Look at this. What? Look at how clean that all came together. Our first piece of digital electronics is installed inside a roamer. So I feel that was productive, right? We got a clean shop out of the deal. I've piled up all of our stuff in categories based on plumbing, because that's next, electronics, all of our kitchen stuff, and that's pretty much our pile of stuff that we have to put inside of roamer, other than our countertop, of course. Exciting times. We're getting somewhere. We got a clean shop, we got our first electronics installed, and we're ready to move forward again, my peeps. So if you haven't subscribed yet, maybe consider doing so. That button right frickin' there. No pressure, of course. You do you. Whoa. Hold on a sec, because I forgot. It came with a remote, which I got to show you as well, because you don't just have to have it on the 4. You can just put it on channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, channel 4, so you can have all the different channels. You can change your brightness, all that fun stuff. You can just have 2, those 2. You can change them all around depending on what you really want to see. Myself, I think I'll just keep them as the 4 boxes as we originally set up. That's my favorite one. I can now see all 4 corners at the same time and carry on my day. There's volume for some reason. There's no microphones, so I don't understand that. But anyways. But yeah, that's that. So, we will see you on the next video. Perfect.